you would want to scan and get rid of that observer. But really, in this case, not really that much of a deal. Yeah, you get to see he's on 2 base, but hey, it's econ. You know, it's not that big of a deal right now. So he is going to put in 2 bunkers there. The bunkers are awesome against defending against early Protoss attacks. It looks like the Protoss player, vVvHasuu, going to go for an expand of his own in his natural. Not going to go for any ninja expansions, which actually is a nice thing to see. I like to see sometimes ninja expansions, but hey, play it safe, and you're more likely to win a game. So there you go.
Absolutely. Validity's actually been supply blocked for a little bit here. He's getting a supply depot that will finish right about now, and he's starting another one. An engineering bay also is about done, but we are going to see some quick Colossus tech.
Already starting out, yeah. That's going to be interesting, because I've seen a lot of good Protoss players try and go for some early Colossi. Sometimes it does blow in their face if the Terran player can get some sort of mech going on, or even get some Vikings. Then that Colossus tech gets completely owned in the face. It is not nice to see. You wipe your screen after that, because it just gets all dirty. It's just absolutely terrible. But anyways, we do have our Terran player getting a weapons level 1 for his infantry, as well as getting stim pack for his Marines. That's going to be really good. Maybe we might see some early aggression from our Terran player, since he could possibly, because we've got 3 racks, maybe even 4 racks by now. Let's just double check his base. No, still on 3 racks. He could possibly muster up a big enough army to do a little bit of damage to vVvHasuu, although Hasuu, with some great force fielding, could ward that off completely and cause a significant loss to his opponent, ValiditySAGA.
Absolutely. We do see a Colossus on the way. It's about a third of the way done, but there is no range for those Colossus being researched yet. While Combat Shields is on the way, but there's no, I was going to say there's no factory. That's wrong. There is a factory on the way. It's about a third of the way done. So we could see that factory just used to build an add-on and get to that starport tech.
Ooh, I'm just waiting for that starport tech to come down and then see some nice drops into the Protoss player's base. But look at the Protoss's base. He's got pylons all the way on the left wall. He's not going to miss any drops in his base. Going to look at his vision right now. Let's see if he can see everything. Absolutely, he can see absolutely everything, even inside the little cloudy smoke pillar place. The only place that he maybe could sneak by would be the back, but that would be very short-lived, as vVvHasuu, I know, does keep a good eye on the mini-map. So look at that, the Roblox facility building another Colossus and Thermal Lance being upgraded, so giving them that extra bump, that extra range to give them that extra advantage in any sort of combat situations. But ValiditySAGA looks like he's going to go for some aggression. Hasuu's observer going to see this go down. That's awesome. So he's going to know exactly what's going to happen. He's going to be prepared for this.
Absolutely, and there's actually an SCV sitting in the natural of Hasuu. So he's going to be able to see where that army is, and he realizes it's not at the front door. It must be sitting upside in the main or somewhere else on the map. The Terran player is really not sure. He does have the one watchtower, but now Hasuu is moving down. This could be huge. There's nothing to directly counter the Colossus. And we see them engage, stimming in, trying to pick off the Colossus. Picks off, does not pick off that one that caused. Oh, there we go. It finally goes down, but those force fields were just placed perfectly. We're going to have to see how much damage this Colossus can do, but I think it will go down with another shot. The second Colossus does go down. And we are going to see these gateway units should be able to clean this up, but losing both Colossus is huge at this point in the game. And there is an orbital command being built right now, as well as shields level 1 for our Terran infantry.
That was a beautiful unit composition split right there. He immediately, as soon as seeing those Colossi, he split off those Marauders. Marauders able to target fire the Colossi. A big loss for the Protoss player, but the Protoss player was able to hold on, and a big part of that was those force fields. Had he not mastered those force fields, had he not nailed those force fields wouldn't have been in the right position, and he would have crumbled quite easily. But because of that force field placement, we see no GG right now. And it's just going to go longer and longer, as now we're proceeding into even a more macro game. We got a third base coming here from Saga. So, yeah.
That absolutely great play, and one thing I absolutely love about this is we saw another engineering bay going down. It's completed, and we do see the forge, or not the forge, sorry, the armory going down. So we're going to see a lot of upgrades, as well as we see Blue Flame coming out. So gonna look to harass, but like you said earlier, pylon placement is incredible right now. He's gonna be able to see all these drops, but even though he can see it, he still will use that pylon, stimming and running away, trying to spread out some units, do some really great harass, and we don't see any Vikings being produced. So he's just gonna use that infantry to snipe off those Colossus.
I'm starting to wonder now. We thought that starports were in the works for a Terran player, and there is one right there with a reactor, but it's not producing, well, just now started producing some Vikings. And it was funny, just as you said about the forges, and you made a mistake, you meant to say armory. 2 forges just went smack down there for vVvHasuu. Looks like a drop here came down on ValiditySAGA's base, and that's cleaned up, I think, 1 pylon. Actually, was able to clean up 2 pylons there. Did he supply block? Ooh, he did not supply block. That was close enough. Good effort there from Saga.
Running in, trying to do a little bit more damage with the drop, but attacking at 2 different angles. But these force fields will trap all these units, except the Medivac picks him up, runs away, and drops again. Really nice use, able to snipe that. Oh, he will not snipe that Colossi. Able to, the force field's able to keep him at bay, but really great unit control by Validity. That is excellent to watch. Keep your eyes on the production tab too. Weapons 2 is coming out, more Hellions are coming out, and 1-1 is coming out for the Protoss player.
That was a pretty good confrontation there between the 2 players. But look at that.
He was attacking himself right there. He was attacking his own Colossus right there for a moment. He's really lucky he didn't lose that.
Some Harakiri Colossus.
Oh, but these Colossus will be able to pick off this drop right here. The Colossus taking a slight amount of permanent damage, but we do see multi-prong attacks going on. I love to see this kind of play. And another command center going down for Validity.
All right, looks like we're going to have a little bit of a confrontation. We got the army from Saga going against the army of vVvHasuu. Looking at the supply count, we do see that actually Saga's a little bit ahead of his opponent, 161 to 124. But vVvHasuu going to snipe out one of those Vikings. In the meantime, Saga trying to find some sort of little gap to try and sneak in. He does catch.
Oh, he's not on attack move. He's just right-clicked.
Completely destroying the army of vVvHasuu. That is not good. All the sentries getting target fired, all getting taken down. And no, the Colossi are up top. If he drops his Marauders up there, all the Colossi will be no more. But there we go. A couple of the Stalkers from vVvHasuu going to save the day and might actually force a cancel on this Nexus. And he does. What a great move there from ValiditySAGA.
ValiditySAGA was ahead, and then that right-click move, no attack move by Hasuu really cost him quite a bit. But I think Validity picked a really good time to move away, snipe that 3rd base, really slow down the econ, and he's keeping the pressure on. He's not stopping. He's going to focus down these Colossus. 1 Colossus goes down, 2 Colossus go down. That is a huge loss for Hasuu. Our Terran players continue to push forward. Calls it GG.
Man.
What a well-played game.
Oh man, it just shows how close these games are. That one move really sealed the fate of vVvHasuu. It shows here that ValiditySAGA had the more points, had the more supply, but vVvHasuu was at that point in time no way close to out of the game. He was behind, but that one bad move just sealed his fate, and now Saga's up 1-0.
Absolutely, and the upgrades really favored the Terran in that match, but like you said, it was that one right click that really cost him the game. With players of this skill, you can't make mistakes like that, or they're really going to make you pay, capitalizing on what you do wrong. And the multitasking of Validity I thought was absolutely great, doing drops in the back, forcing Hasuu to move around and be reactive, and really use the mobility of his Marine Marauder ball.